Hi, Jacob. How's it going? You doing all right?
Yeah, I am. Just a lot of stress from school and a lot of family issues.
Yeah. So you talk about stress for school. How's this week going to be for you?
Not too good. I mean, I'm worried that I won't be able to pass my classes. And then after my parents got divorced, they just wanted me to do well in school because they know that they never did. So,
Yeah.
and it was just they knew for the fact that that was the only light they had after the divorce, and it was just difficult.
Right. So you feel kind of stressed out. Maybe they're putting some pressure on you to uh, do better in school.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I guess it could be the fact that I wasn't the best kid, I wasn't the best child, with them, and it makes me feel like that maybe I was the cause of the divorce. So I'm trying to like, sorry, I'm trying to make things better by getting better grades because of that. I feel
Mhm.
like maybe that's a way I can better the situation that I caused.
Yeah. So you feel like you're the cause of uh, this problem within your parents. Can you tell me why you think that?
Every time I go home and I see, I see that they see my report card, and it's always like failing grades. They feel like that they failed to to parent me well enough and to to kind of put that some kind of discipline into my life. But they failed me in that they couldn't be. They must have done something wrong, and they started to fight about it. And then after that, that leads to these other things they would fight about and fight about. And sooner or later they split, and I just thought I was the start of it.
Right. So you're feeling like you were the tipping point in their uh, divorce. Uh, have you tried to resolve these feelings?
I guess I did, but every time they always say they're too busy, or they're just too busy, arguing with each other, or holding grudges, and they can't focus on me, it just
Yeah.
seems like it's no point, it's no use in
Right.
talking with them.
Yeah. So how long have these feelings been going on for you? Has it been ever since your parents split up, or are they pretty recently once you've moved into school here?
I feel like the reason why I came to school is to get away from it all.
It sounds really hard.
It
Yeah, I
really
can't
is.
imagine what you're having to go through. Pressure that they're putting on you is kind of like unrealistic expectations.
I feel like that your parents, they want you to succeed, And if you aren't doing your best, then I guess it's justified, that they may be disappointed and maybe, I guess, end up split. I never expected it to happen, but I don't know.
So how recently did they split up?
About 2 years, but it honestly felt like 2 months.
Really?
But it's been 2 years, and
So you're just feeling all this guilt and shame because you feel like you're the reason that they split up. So let me ask you, do you think that you could control what's going on here? You think you could control the guilt that you feel? So tell me about how your relationship with God has been throughout this process.
honestly, God's the only reason why things got better for me. It was probably because I had to lean on him a lot more than ever before. But with this divorce, it's hard.
So you would say that your relationship with God has helped you, in a sense, throughout these past couple of years?
It definitely has, because I know that I wasn't.
So you're saying that you would agree that you can't do anything about this. It's not that what happened is out of your control, but yet you still blame yourself. Why do you think that is? Why do you blame yourself if currently you think that it's out of your control?
This is just how life is, how the world is, that people look upon themselves. It's just how life is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me ask you, what are you wanting to get out of this session? What's your ultimate goal when leaving here?
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great point. I think you need to understand there's a difference between, I think, true guilt and guilt that's understandable to have, because we read in the Bible many people that had guilt, especially like David. If you read the Psalms, he's so guilty for what he's done. And that's true guilt because he sinned before God. And I think there's a big difference between that and false guilt when stuff's completely out of your control. And I think that's what's going on. I think that's what you're. And I know that's hard to understand at this time, but you've got to realize that it's not your fault. It's definitely not your fault.
It's just hard to be ashamed, not to feel guilt for this, because you know that it probably would have happened with or without your input or your contribution to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Your relationship with God, you said, has been pretty good. Can you tell me a certain Bible verse that stands out to you that you think is very helpful, that's been very helpful in these past couple of years, just with what you're going through? I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but maybe you could think of one that's just really stood out to you that if you will have practiced forgiving yourself, forgiving your parents, and then digging into Scripture and finding that person that's gone through a similar situation, I think you'll see massive results. Because it just takes practice day after day, and then it becomes habit. And then I think you'll really start to see a change, and you won't feel that guilt as much. So is that something you're willing to commit to for this week?
I think so.
Good deal. All right, buddy. Let me pray for you, if that's all right with you, and then we'll conclude this session. So let's pray. God, we invite the Spirit into this room, into this prayer.